Alright, go boom. Oh, baby, what is that? I do not know how I killed that dude. Or that guy. Baby. Let's go.
What's going on, YouTube? Comrade Dre here. Another week has come and gone, which means another video is being dropped. This weekend, we all got a chance to play the Cold War beta. I'll be giving you guys my impressions in this video. Overall, I think it wasn't necessarily a step forward in the franchise. There's some things that the game did okay, I think, and a lot of things that I feel like are just kind of meh. You guys know the drill. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up. If you don't, hit the thumbs down and leave some comments down below on how it can improve. Let me know what you guys think in the comments as well. And as always, hit the subscribe button so you know when I'm dropping my next video. Visit me over on Twitch, hit the follow there so you know when I go online there as well. And come say hi in the chat. So, without further ado.
So, jumping right into it. What do I think are the positives of this game? Well, I think actually the gameplay is pretty solid. I think the time to kill is good, and most of the gunfights make sense. What I mean by that is, if I shoot somebody, I know that I'm probably going to get the kill, unless I miss a ton of bullets. Funny moment right here, by the way. Just watch for the face at the end. But yeah, so when you shoot first, you kill first. And I don't necessarily always get that feel with Modern Warfare. So that was nice to see. I know a lot of people actually complained about the gunplay and that they changed the TTK from the alpha, making it much shorter. But I think that's fine. And maybe that could be a factor of me playing Modern Warfare and being used to that. But in any case, it felt good. The second bit, I would say, is that the game's movement is good overall. So not actually like the character movement, and I'll get into that later on, but the overall flow of the game. It just feels a little bit more fluid, and it's definitely less campy than Modern Warfare. There's no one in a corner sitting with a pretty 725 waiting to absolutely ice you, and that was nice. There was movement. I could like experience the game and flow and use tactics to get around the other team. And then the last, in addition to the movement, I would say are the spawns. They seem to make a little bit more sense. You kind of know where people are going to be. You're not going to get surprised from behind. And that, again, plays into the movement. You're not going to just be getting shot from behind and then spawning on the other side of the map, and then the same thing happens ad nauseum. So I think overall, the flow of the game and the gunplay is actually pretty darn solid, and I'm happy that that's the case, because I was worried it wasn't, based upon some of the comments I read on Reddit. Now, unfortunately, I think the list of positives ends relatively quickly. And I'll go into it. I don't mean to trash the game. I think that those three things that I said before are very core components of the game. So the fact that they got them right is awesome. Right? Like those are the main things. You move and you shoot. That is what a first-person shooter game is. But then there is the look of the game. And here's my first negative. I think overall, and we all kind of knew this from the alpha, this is just a Treyarch thing. It's known to look a little bit more cartoony. It's definitely still realistic. It's not photorealistic like Modern Warfare seems to be. But you know, the engine that Modern Warfare was built on was beautiful. Now, granted, a lot of people, like I said, ended up camping in corners with 725, so it actually didn't end up being an enjoyable experience from that perspective. But man, Modern Warfare looks good, and this one just kind of feels like it could have been made a couple years ago. In 2012, I feel like we could have had these graphics. But again, sometimes they're not just all about the visuals, and they do have some of the gameplay aspects down right. That's also important. The second is the audio, and specifically here I mean firing the weapons, swapping out mags, the ambiance of the bullets hitting the floor. You know, they all just kind of felt a little bit cheap. I think someone in chat mentioned that it sounded like toy guns. And there's really nothing as rewarding as hearing the rechambering of a bullet into the SPR-207. Last week I was actually playing on Scrapyard, and I ended up reloading in one of the fuselages, and the magazine going into the scar actually reverberated in the fuselage. I mean, that's like minute detail. Now, again, Modern Warfare gets a lot of things wrong in terms of footstep audio. It's absolutely awful sometimes. You just get walked up on, deady or not, and so it could be super frustrating. But when you shoot the gun, it sounds really freaking good. And so the fact that the gun sounds in Cold War didn't was a little bit of a disappointment. So the game looks a little bit more cheesy. The sound is a little bit crappier. It's an unfortunate combination. And lastly, I will say, and I may catch some flack for this, the movement feels, you know, there are the animations, the motion blur. Things do make it feel like you're moving faster, but I think overall you feel really heavy in this game. It's almost as if like there was this sort of slider bar that Treyarch took and they increased the gravity. And so things feel sluggish. I actually went from Cold War back to Modern Warfare halfway through Sunday evening, and Modern Warfare seemed faster, which is kind of crazy. It's almost blasphemous to say that an Infinity Ward Modern Warfare game felt faster, but at least that's how it was to me. So with all that in mind, I would say that the game is okay. I'm not necessarily thrilled. My overall first impressions were that it's decently solid. I probably will get the game, let's be honest, play some multiplayer. But I wasn't wowed. I wasn't super excited about it. Let me know what you guys think. Like I said, leave in the comments below. Let me know if I'm crazy. Let me know if I've missed something, if I've misrepresented something. Obviously, this is not an all-encompassing list. It's a very quick hot takes that I put together in a couple minutes after giving it some thought. But yeah, what do you guys think? I mean, do you think that they did this right? Is this better for you guys than Modern Warfare? And how do you actually think that the gameplay mechanics are going to translate from the multiplayer into the new Warzone? To that point, I played some of the Fireteam Dirty Bomb, which in this beta is, I feel, as analogous as we're going to get to Warzone. And again, it kind of felt weird. Maybe it's because I didn't understand what was going on, but there's some visibility issues going on in there. The flow was weird. It was very campy if you're trying to plant the uranium in the Dirty Bomb and detonate it. I don't know. There's a lot of work that I feel needs to be made in that game mode and overall. And maybe it can be done in the next couple weeks. Maybe it can't. We'll see what Treyarch does. In any case, guys, if you've been here this long and you've listened to me rant about this game, I really appreciate it. I really, really do. Leave a thumbs up or thumbs down depending on how you liked it. Hit the subscribe button so you know when I drop my next video. And definitely go follow me over on Twitch so you know when I go live. Again, it's Mondays and Thursdays, occasionally Fridays on the weekend. I'd really like to see you guys in chat. Until next time, as you were.